this is Casey the Game Nerd back at you with another pickups video. In this episode I'm going to go over some of the pickups I've had during the past week, including a lot of trades from Facebook group members and also YouTubers. I'll also go over some of the pawn shop and retro store and video game store pickups I've had, and one Craigslist pickup that I usually don't get very many Craigslist pickups because I really stopped looking at Craigslist after a while because there's so many resellers, lots of people that just posting on Craigslist will buy games for X amount of dollars, and it's just taking the fun out of it sometimes. But I just so happened to look and there was a really good find, and I'll show you that last. So let's start with this pawn shop pickup. I'll first show you the price. So I paid $2 a game for 5 games. Okay. Got Army Men Sarge's War, and I didn't have this yet, so I decided to pick that up. We got Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic for Xbox, Platinum Hits version. Okay, now we get to some good ones. Shadow of Rome, which I didn't have. It's a Capcom title. You play as a gladiator, and it's like a $10 to $15 game. And we got Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2 for PS2. This is like a $35 game usually. Sometimes you can get a little bit less if you're patient online. And Conqueror Live and Reloaded for $2. This was a great find because this game's hovering over $40 or so, and it's complete. All these games were complete. So there were a lot of sales this weekend. Target had a buy 2 get 1 free sale. Toys R Us had buy 1 get 1 40% off. And also Half Price Books will have a sale tomorrow, which is 40% off any item. But I just had to check my normal spots where I hit up games, and I got lucky with that one. Speaking of Half Price Books, I did pick up Arkanoid for $5 for Super Nintendo. And this was a good deal, especially because for $5 it came with the manual, as you can see here. So carton manual for $5, that's really good. And as you can see behind me, we have the Pokemon Omega Ruby and Pokemon Alpha Sapphire display boxes, and I got these from Matt Hooper and Jalen, and they have a YouTube channel. And this is the second trade I've done with them, the second transaction, and I just sent them some old school Nintendo games and an N64 game that I really had no use for because I just had so many extras of those copies, and they sent me these, so thanks a lot, Matt and Jalen. And now I'll go over another pawn shop pickup. Now I'll show you the receipt again first. So a lot of these games were 50 cents, $1. There were 2 that were kind of pricey. One was $6.99 and one was $9.99. So those 2 games are the Sega Saturn games, but those are the ones that are complete. Now the 50-cent games were the loose Saturn games, and I would buy these all day for 50 cents each. I mean, we got Street Fighter the movie for 50 cents. We got Bug, and this is like a sampler disc. Don't really collect not for resale for Saturn or sample discs, so that's up for trade. Need for Speed for 50 cents, and this is like a $5 game or so. And this game, Crypt Killer. This game is $25 loose, $20 to $25 loose online. And I got it for 50 cents. That was a great deal. Also picked up Paperboy for Sega Genesis. Didn't have it yet, so picked that up. This one was 99 cents, and this is The Legend of Spyro: A New Beginning. Okay. And these were really cheap. I mean, really awesomely cheap. We got, see the prices? It's just 50 cents, $1.99, 50 cents. We got Naruto Ultimate Ninja 3 for $1.99. I didn't have number 3, I had number 2 and number 1, so that was good for $2. For 50 cents, Smashing Drive. Didn't have this game. Looked really cool. Kind of had Crazy Taxi type of graphics, so I should try that out. It's made by Namco. And Castlevania game, Laminate of Innocence. 50 cents for a Castlevania game. And then we have Space Hulk. So this one was the $6.99 game. And it's nice because it's complete and has the manual, has the back art, and has the case. So for $7, it's not bad. And then Crime Wave, I thought this was a good deal for $10 because this game usually hovers around $20, $25. Space Hulk is like a $15 game at the most. But this game, this was good for $10, especially because I don't really see Sega Saturn games in the wild, so I like to pick them up when I can if they're cheap. So I'm going to show you a trade I did with a YouTuber. We did the trade via Facebook, but he's on YouTube, DJ Deuce. So thanks for these. I traded him a Beatmania controller, and he gave me Earthworm Jim. This has the this is just the box and manual and the tray, but I needed some of these boxes. Super Ghouls and Ghosts, again no game, but I do have the game for this, so it's nice to get the boxes. Mortal Kombat 3, I already have this complete in box, but it was just a throw-in box because he showed me pictures of a bunch of boxes and I just picked through them. Dr. Mario 64, same deal with this, no game, and GoldenEye 007. Now the Beatmania controllers I got really cheap at a thrift store, and I'm sure he got these really cheap too. So doing a trade is awesome because you get rid of some of the stuff you don't use or want. These were his doubles, so he didn't really have a use for it. The Beatmania controller I didn't really need or use, so it was a good trade. But he was really cool about it because he threw in a bunch of extras. Princess Natasha for Game Boy Advance. I assume it's complete. It's in this reseal cellophane, so I'll open it up, check it out. And he gave me the long box for Gunship for PS1. So all these were just thrown in for free, and we got D, all 3 discs. No artwork, but still a good deal because it's free. And the coolest part of all this was he gave all these plushies for free. We got Guile figure, and then we got this is a Nintendo 64 era Diddy Kong, and these are made from 2010 Mario and Luigi, and this is from the new Super Mario Bros. For Wii. So these beanbag plushies threw in for free. So thanks, appreciate that, Garrett. Now I'll go over the haul. This was a big purchase from a Craigslister, and he had an odd listing. It was Super Nintendo games for $5, and I'll show you a picture of that. So as you can see, very blurry pictures, not much description, but I convinced him to let me come over and check out his inventory, like what he had in his collection. And when I got there, he had lots more stuff that he didn't show in the Craigslist ad, which was my inkling. I kind of had a gut feeling that he had some extra stuff. And I'm going to show you all that right now. We started off by going over all his stuff, and he was looking stuff on eBay. But the thing is, he was looking at loose prices for the games. So for example, he had a lot of games complete in box with a manual and in decent shape. Some of them even had the maps. Actually, a lot of the RPGs had the maps, and the maps alone sometimes go for $15 to $20. But for example, he had Final Fantasy III. He just charged me on the very low end of online prices $25. But it came with the box, it came with the manual, it came with the maps. I mean, that's about $100 almost for that. So when I calculated everything, he charged me about 25 to 30%, closer to 25% of the true cost of all these items. Not only that, but he threw in these systems for free. So we got a regular Nintendo, and we got a Super Nintendo, Zapper gun, 3 regular Nintendo controllers, and 1 Super Nintendo controller. So, like I said, most of these are complete with the manual and additional maps. So we got Dragon Warrior 3. This one didn't come with a map, but I mean, it was in good shape. I mean, I already put them in these protective cases because I got a bunch of them recently. I got Robin Hood, Bible Adventures, Kid Icarus, Metroid, Super Mario 2 and Super Mario 3, Castlevania 2 and Chrysalis, Mega Man 3 and Donkey Kong Classics. So most of the loose games, he was just charging $5, like some really good prices. And then not only that, but he gave me a bundle deal at the end. So after we calculated it, he still slashed the price. And then we got Super Mario World, Super Mario All-Stars, F-Zero, Super Metroid, and this game's like $35. Secret of Evermore, this game's like 20-ish. Illusion of Gaia. And a lot of these are doubles because I already have them. And these are some good ones. Got Final Fantasy II. And this one did come with the map and manual, but no box. I'm assuming he has the box somewhere, so hopefully he gives me a call and says, hey, I found the box. He did tell me he had some he had a Nintendo 64 with some games, and he'd give me first crack at it if he found it. So the big hitters for the loose carts are Castlevania 4. That's a pricey game. And Mega Man X2. This game's like 80 to 90 bucks right now. Like crazy. So this is, what is this, my second or third copy of X2. I really gotta start trading some of these. Now we get to more of the boxes. I showed Robin Hood and Dragon Warrior 3. We have F-Zero X. This was the lone N64 game that he found. But I already put it in the protective case and everything. And as well as these, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. it was funny because when he was talking about these, he was like, "Oh, this game's nothing compared to Final Fantasy 2 and 3, so I'll just give it to you really cheap." So he was giving me prices based on how good the game was in some cases versus the price. Yeah, but this was all from his personal collection when he was younger. So I can really appreciate that he took good care of these games, especially the box ones. Got Zelda, Link to the Past, and as stated in the front, no instructions. It's true, there were no instructions. And we got Dragon Warrior 4 in the box. Pretty good shape. And we got not one, but 2 copies of Final Fantasy. This one right here is in better shape than this one, but still, good prices for these. Like, really excellent prices. Willow. For example, Willow was $5 before he even bundled it. So after bundling it with the discount, this probably came out to $3. These Zelda games, he had them marked at 10 each. Legend of Zelda and Adventure of Link. And that's before the bundle price, so this probably came out to close to $7 after the discounted bundle price. I mean, like I said, he didn't really value boxes at all. It was just the games. Mega Man 4. This set is actually getting really pricey. I was checking online and I was surprised. And then here's some other good ones. Lagoon, complete in box. And the last 2 are pretty pricey, I must say. Like I said, this one did come with the manual, the map, and the game in really good condition. So this is like $100 almost. Basically, that Final Fantasy 3, the systems, and this Lufia 2, Rises of the Sinistrals, probably paid for everything. So this did come with the map, so, and the box is in awesome shape. So that's everything from the guy, and like I said, I could easily make my money back if I wanted to by getting rid of some of these games like Final Fantasy 3 and 2 and then just calling everything else free basically after I sell or trade those off. So that is everything for this week. I thought I'd be slowing down, but I just keep finding good deals. So thanks for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks.